My, my speak is about the role of IT, of the IT director in higher education in the era of the digital digital era, and why we need create some synergy in the university. In the first of, here is the, first of all, I want to show you how is the state of the university in Chile, because we have special education, higher education, and secondary education in Chile. And after all, I need to, then we will discuss about the structure of the IT director in Chile. And later I will show you a technological profile of our students. And then we will move on how are generating synergy between the technical area and the academical area. Finally, some conclusion. If you have questions, we can talk about that after my presentation. Okay, we go. Some question on some fact we have now, or I have in my university, if how we or have heard that we should innovate in teaching. All in the university said we should. You should innovate in teaching. Educational technology are essential for innovation. Okay, information technology are strategic in different institutions. There has been widespread increase in the use of smartphone and access of internet content. And we have a huge amount of information of different students, staff, etc. And we have implemented diverse technology aimed at supporting the process of learning with innovation and improving innovation process in mind. However, are we clear about that is happening in our right now in our institution? If I ask you, you know that what happened in the university in this thing. In the case of my university, we don't have. We don't clear about what is happening. And first of all, I need to explain what is my country. It's a large, very, very, very large country. It's been more than 40,000 kilometers, and it's very, very centralized. If you see here, this is the number of university per region, and this is the number of people that live in this region. And you see, it's a centralized country, and my university is in this region. It's in the south of Chile. We have present in Los Ríos, Los Lagos, and Aysén region. Okay, and if you show the population of this region is menor, se dice, es menor, es más chica, or it's lower than other region, okay? In the other slide, we can see the, I don't know, here. It's the same? Yes. In the other slide, we can see the kind of school we have in Chile. I need to explain that in Chile, the education is segregated, okay? Based on family income, not if you are a family with a low income, you don't have the same education if another family who has good income for education. Our college with free education in my country are the state education here, no, the state education, and we have also subsidized school, and we have private school. And college with free education have serious differences around providing the necessary content to their students, which transfer to their area in higher education. Subsidized college have a higher quality of education, and private schools are those which deliver the best content, but in turn are only able to a small percentage of family due to their high fees. Okay? And if you see the number of students in the private school is lower than the number of students in the municipal or subsidized school. I think 33% of the students are in subsidized, no, 53% of the students are in subsidized school, 36 in state school, and the other is in public school, okay? And if we look at the chart, we have seen that there are a high concentration of privately educated students in the center of our country, here, okay? In Santiago and Valparaíso, the students are, the private students are concentrated here to enroll in the university, okay? In my region, we have a lot of people come from state school or subsidized school. And this is a consequence of the all universities are being found in the center of my country and with the highest concentration of work, also be found in the capital, Santiago. This is the result of public policies that reinforce the centralization, okay? Here I have another table who show where my students are from. My students are from the neighbor region for us, and is this. And I will low enrollment by type. Here it is. And it's for my students are from the neighbor region, and here we show that student who has free school. In Chile, when you study in university, you can study free when you are in family who has low income, okay? But you can study in some university, not all the University of Chile, okay? The higher education is free when you become from a family with low income and you study in a good good university. And with the new policy of the education, the student we can study free for the time of the career. If I can put that in here. If my career in my program is for 5 years, my free education is for 5 years in higher education. If I reprove some content and I need more time, I lost my free education. And this is terrible for us because we receive a student who has deficits on content, and we need to put in a label to know to success academic, to have success academic. And we think that in this case the technology is so important to label our students and has success education. Do you understand I say it? Because I don't know if you understand that I say now. The was yes? Okay. And if you show in my chart here the free education or the student with free education is upper in the past year. In 2019, we have 53% of our students with free education. And with free education and some problem with content to entry or to enter is to and to entrance in university. Okay. Okay. And when I show this to my rector, to my chief, I said I need to do one, and technology is necessary or is a possibility to deliver or to help our students. Okay, now I will take a brief look of the situation of IT director in Chile, and because I want to do in my university, we need some strategic position. If we don't have some strategic position, if I can't help the student to go better. Okay, in this chart, I show you a national study who show the organizational dependence in IT organization or IT administration. In the last year, here, the IT management depend of one label, and this is good because they work, or the IT director or the CIO work with the gerente or CEO, or work with the rector, etc. But more than 50% is in the second label, and they in this way they don't consider strategic. Okay, in the case of university in Chile, no more than 10% are in the second level, and we are considered strategic in our university. Here is the situation in Mexico. This is a study. I think this study is the same of in Spain. And in this study, the 21% of the IT director or the CIO depend of the, here is the rector, our director general director, okay? But more than 70% of the CIO depend on the second level. It's better than Chile, but it's not good. Okay. In Spain, the situation is different because more than 40% of the CIO are I don't remember the name, is Vice Chancellor of in this institution, and they are vice chancellor. I think they are in the second level of the organization, and 60% of the CIO in higher education were on the strategic board. Okay. Okay. This is for understand where the CIO are in the university, or what kind of strategic they can do in the university. Director, now I going to talk about the role of the director of IT and the role of this person with educational technology. Okay. Here. Okay, here is a question. What do we do as IT management now? Now we are considered support direction. We have a lot of technological IT in our university. We have Wi-Fi, we have system, we have a lot of things, technological things, but we don't are in the core of the university, who is the education. Okay. The question is, do we use educational technology here to add value to the educational process of our university? This question I do for my rector. And do we know how to do so? Or what is the role of me, IT director, in this part of digital transformation of university? Or I have a role here. Okay, and MetaRed Chile is a group of persons who are joined please, here. MetaRed Chile brought together the IT director of Chilean University to encourage collaborative work in 5 topics associated with IT: indicators, IT strategy, educational technology, supplier, and security. This year, we have a meeting with the CFO or financial. In Chilean University, one of the IT management key objectives is to support us or the technological service need for the smooth running of the organization. Our function is not linked to the core of our mission, let alone sitting with the board to handle strategic topics. If one of the key objectives is the education of our students, why aren't we working with our counterpart in the other academic area in order to incorporate education technology that create value for our students and our institution? It's likely that in many universities, large investment being made in educational technology through internal and external projects without attaining the value desired. And we have lost hope. In my university, at least, investment have been made in projects driven by academic, but we don't have institution-wide outlook. And when the resource run out or the person who drove this initiative leave, the initiative also ends. We should create synergy for an institutional model in which all the stakeholders are convinced that educational technology will have an impact if and only if we change our teaching methodology and acknowledge the technological profile of our student and academic. Okay. And for do that, we have some difficulty because how to change the academic culture so that the impact of IT on the education process can be understood and incorporated. How to make the IT area into a point of reference of technology in the educational process, become a partner in this process and not to be an IT support. How to create synergy in order to involve together with educational technology. Do our students know the potential impact of technology of our education? And with that, I show you some study we have in Chile. This is a study who did the state, and this study is meant to determine the level of development of TIC skill for learning to the student who has 50 years old, okay? Its objective is to evaluate via virtual environment the capacity of a student to resolve problems and complete real schoolwork in a digital context. If we show that, I think the letter is so small, but here in blue is they use this technology all days, in some days of the week, some days of the month in green, and they never use. This chart is the use of technology at school. As you know, if you see now, they use technology for social network, to chat, to navigate in browser, for entertainment, and that. This is the three first. And in here, in the other, in this circle, there's the use of information or the search of information at internet for the task or for the work in the school. Okay, regarding the use of computer in an education setting, they tend to use to search for information on internet to study or to do some schoolwork. But the first is not to do schoolwork. This is in school. And when we go, how they use the computer or the IT in the house is so bad, because they use only for social network, for chat, for navigate for entertainment, and for download music, etc., etc. Okay, then don't use their computer for study at home. And in the same research here, the 98% of the students have a computer at home in Chile. It's good that, and 76% have internet access in Chile. They say also the majority of students indicate a desire to improve their computational proficiency and declare an interest in technology. They don't use for learning, but they declare it's important for. More than 50% state that they connect daily to social media, to chat or to talk, and 66% look for information on the internet to study or complete tasks at least once a week. And 50% of the students say they don't use a spreadsheet. They don't know what is a spreadsheet when they have 15 or 16 years old. We have a great gap of education or digital education at school. This chat is in my university. When the new student arrive, we do some question. The first question is, what technology do our new students have and use? In the last year, the use of our smartphone is increased, okay? And in 2017, they have the peak of the smartphone in the university. And the notebook is a device they have all the time. But if I go to this chart, I know or I see that it's not important if I have problem or financial problem because I am not a rich family. It's not different. I have a smartphone. And I have the students who have free education in my country have more smartphone than a student who pay fee. I think this is because the student needs to, or I believe that there is a social need to transcend family economical situation, making it necessary student to possess a smartphone no matter their social economical level. When we ask to our students what device they use to study, in 2018 and 2019, we have increased the use of smartphone and a level increase to use notebook. But we believe that this increase to use smartphone is increasing the same way in the next year. Okay, and I have a question. Do you know what is the social network used to study now, the student now? Do you know what is the social media they use? Facebook? Yes? Facebook or Instagram? Okay. YouTube? Yes, it's true. This is I think it's not clear, but this in blue is Facebook. Okay? And in the first study, it's like 95% of the students use Facebook. Now, in this year, is 48% of the students use Facebook. Okay, in 2016, 45% of students use Instagram, and in this year, 83% use Instagram. And the question is our professor, our academic, recently used Facebook to talk with our student, and the student don't use Facebook.
Facebook is for outposts.
Huh?
Facebook is for outposts.
Yeah. When I talk with my son, and I said, hey, why you don't you use Facebook or not? No, Mom, Facebook is for old.
Yeah.
For me, I'm old. I use only Instagram. I don't use mail. The students don't use mail. Don't use Facebook now. I think in 2 years after this study, Facebook is not here in my chart, and we need to move rapidly because the student, the technology move very rapidly. Okay, and this is the last question I do to our student, and we say, what app do you use most often in your smartphone? Obviously, no social network, music, browser, and photography. And photography not so much. Okay, games, but e-readers, educational application, or this is news is not important for the student. And with these numbers, we need to generate some skill in our students when they enter or enroll in the university. When they enroll in the university, we need give some skill or IT skill, because they don't use technology for an educational program. Okay, this is the use of Wi-Fi on behalf of my student. 4 years before, my university do a great investment in technology. because the students say, we need Wi-Fi, we need Wi-Fi, we need Wi-Fi. The teacher say, I need Wi-Fi for my lesson, blah, blah, blah. And my rector say, Nadja, you need put Wi-Fi in all the university. Okay, if you think that, okay. I think too, it's good have Wi-Fi in all the university. But for the Wi-Fi is for for educational issue, not for game, not for entertainment. This is a chart of the use of our Wi-Fi, student Wi-Fi, and the bigger is, you see what is Instagram. The bigger use of our Wi-Fi in a student is Instagram. And the second is YouTube. YouTube is good. I think I can learn, if I know search in YouTube, I can learn a lot in YouTube. And Facebook, Windows Update, etc. And also Netflix, we have. But in Netflix we have a lot of good program for study. Not all is movies, okay? With that, I don't know. I have to answer with this comportation of our student. One is our student is boring in class because they are in class and the professor is teaching, and they bored and they use Instagram. Maybe it's something we need to study. Or they go to study, or they go to classroom and they don't want to study. I don't know. Okay, this is a comportation of our academics and staff. It's a little different because they use more navigator in internet, but they use YouTube. And the third is also Instagram in academics and stuff. Okay. Now my question is, it's good to have a lot of Wi-Fi in the university, or we need to learn to our student or learn to our academic how to use this technology? Okay. Outside off. Okay. I passed this. Now we talk to some synergy we have created now in my university with the academic area, because due to the replacement of our LMS, the academic area, together with us, the IT area, should evaluate the use of and the difficulties with the current LMS. When we do some change in the university, is very, very hard, because the academic or the human don't like change. Okay, if we do some change, we need to do because it's better to do this change for our university. Okay, and we need some partnership between academic and IT areas, and we develop a survey for determine some teaching method use our academic methodology they should be interested in knowing about, and LMS tools being used. This survey was responded for 3,080 academic. This is the result. When we ask how tools you use of our LMS, is in Spanish. Yes. The first here is I put my syllabus in my LMS. Wow. I make an notion in my LMS. I put my document in my LMS. And some task, but do you use forum, chat, lection, surveys, exercise, etc.? Nothing, nothing. Also is for support my my presential or face-to-face class. These tools is not used for an active class. It's a passive class. And when we ask what social media they use, in the first is WhatsApp, I think, because it's very simple to use WhatsApp with the student. We can create group, and it's very simple to have communicate with the student. And Facebook, but we know Facebook is not the better way to communicate with the student. Instagram, no, it's not. And Twitter, the students don't use Twitter, generally don't use Twitter. Blogs, nothing. What methodology you use? The first is face-to-face class. In Spanish is clase magistral. And in English, I don't know. What is the name? And traditional class is when the teacher hear the student, and the students only the teacher talk and the student. Okay. This is aprendizaje basado en problemas in English. Is when I learn I learn with case with some. I learn resolving some problems. Okay. This is the most form of teaching for teaching in our university, but gamification. This is aula invertida is flipped classroom, or when they study with our other students. It's not the methodology they use. And with this with this number we have some congress or some talleres, ¿cómo se dice en taller? Workshop. And we do some workshop and invite all the academic to see some success or some or academic. We use some methodology with success. Okay. I think I hope they understand and they use this methodology. In this way, we are now in this way to shape our professional. The way to shape our professional. Okay. Nowadays, we must develop a student with personal interpersonal skill. Innovate learning by doing, learning by developing. The students now are not passive. The students are active. No, the students only good or not good. They only are connected. The brain is active all the time. if academic talk, the student boring. Also, they need some active class. And we need to transform this education to the passive education to the active education. Okay, I pass this. This is some example we have in my university. Flipped classroom. This Professor Maria von Christmas used flipped classroom, and if you see here, they use IT, and if you see here, when they use this methodology, they have a little number of students who reprove is here, reprove the lesson. And maybe all the students approve the lesson or understand. And this another example in mathematics calculation. Mathematics in my university is very hard. We have a lot of reprove students, and this teacher use flipped classroom also, and they use video, and they use teamwork, and every workshop is evaluated, okay? And in the year they use this methodology, he has 22% of the student reprove, and the years before they have 26. This 5% difference is very, very good for this type of class. And this is 3D anatomy class. It's very nice because the teacher put some 3D anatomy in 3D, all the anatomy class, and the student can move and learn about the different parts of the body. And because I think it's the time, conclusion, the integration of digital media in teaching and learning is a complex process of negotiation between different stakeholders with the university. Until now, there are only personal initiatives without an institutional view. In order to determine their need, we must know the technological profile of our students and academics. Alliance between stakeholders must be generated in order to initialize digital transformation, and it is of the utmost important that the rectory team make this initiative. We know that in MetaRed, we know that in this group we have in Chile, we know that for do some digital transformation in education, we need partnership, we need the rector or believe in this transformation. And we work for this target. Okay? This is my conclusion, and this is my group, in my team. In this photo is the director of undergraduate student, it's me, and this is a professor or academic whose skill is education and technology, and this is the MetaRed teams. Okay? If you have some question, this is in Spanish, is the transformation or the interactive class of some professor. Okay, they think the finger, interactive finger, interactive ad, interactive this projector, and innovator, professor, etc. And now I think the academic have a lot of work to do to go to the next or to give education to the next student with technology. Okay, eso es.